In the cold silence beyond our familiar stars, far from the maps of known astronomy, there is a world that should not exist. A planet so extreme, so alien, that for decades scientists dismissed early signals as errors in data. But the numbers persisted. The shadows repeated. The gravitational pull told a story that could not be ignored. This is Xolotlan, a planet that challenges everything we thought we knew about how worlds are born, how they survive, and how life itself might arise in the darkest corners of the universe. Xolotlan orbits a dying red star on the edge of a dense stellar graveyard. From space, it appears like a fractured gem, streaked with glowing fissures and surrounded by a thin, turbulent atmosphere that constantly reshapes itself. Massive electrical storms crawl across its surface, visible even from orbit, lighting up the planet like a living organism. Every rotation reveals a different face, as if the planet itself is in constant motion, never truly at rest. The journey to understanding Xolotlan begins with a mystery. Astronomers first detected irregular pulses of infrared radiation unlike anything seen before. The signal suggested intense internal heat, yet Xolotlan was too small to sustain such energy by conventional models. Something inside this planet was generating power on a colossal scale. Something hidden beneath layers of crushed rock and metallic crust. As probes approached the planet, instruments began to fail. Magnetic fields twisted violently, scrambling sensors and warping transmitted images. What little data survived revealed a surface carved by enormous trenches and towering mineral spires that rose miles into the sky. These structures were not mountains in the traditional sense. They were the result of continuous tectonic upheaval, driven by forces far more violent than those shaping Earth. Xolotlan's crust is a battlefield. Unlike Earth's drifting plates, this planet's surface is constantly folding in on itself. Entire regions collapse, melt, and re-emerge within decades. Rivers of molten metals flow across the land, glowing blue and violet due to exotic elements formed under pressures rarely seen in nature. The ground itself hums with low-frequency vibrations, a planetary heartbeat powered by an unstable core. At the center of Xolotlan lies its greatest secret. Instead of a solid or molten core, scientists believe the planet contains a compressed plasma nucleus, trapped by immense gravitational pressure. This nucleus generates enormous heat and electromagnetic energy, turning Xolotlan into a self-sustaining dynamo. It is this internal engine that fuels the planet's storms, reshapes its surface, and defies established planetary physics. The atmosphere of Xolotlan is just as unforgiving. Thick clouds of ionized gases swirl endlessly, driven by temperature differences that can exceed thousands of degrees. Lightning storms rage for months at a time, releasing more energy in a single strike than entire cities consume in years. Yet within this chaos, patterns emerge. Jet streams form stable corridors, suggesting an underlying order hidden beneath the violence. Despite its hostility, Xolotlan raises an extraordinary question. Could life exist here? Early simulations said no. Temperatures fluctuate wildly. Radiation levels are extreme. The surface is in constant flux. But deeper analysis revealed sheltered zones beneath the crust, where pressure stabilizes temperature and electromagnetic energy could be harnessed rather than destroyed. These subterranean regions may provide the conditions needed for entirely new forms of life. Instead of relying on sunlight, hypothetical organisms on Xolotlan would draw energy directly from the planet itself. Chemically powered by mineral reactions and electromagnetic currents, such life would be unlike anything on Earth. Slow-growing, highly resilient, adapted to darkness and pressure. Not fragile cells, but structures built to endure constant change. Geological evidence suggests that Xolotlan was not always this extreme. Billions of years ago, it may have been a calmer world, rich in heavy elements and thick oceans of superheated liquid. A catastrophic stellar event likely altered its fate. When a nearby star collapsed, Xolotlan was bombarded with radiation and gravitational shockwaves, transforming its core and setting its internal engine into overdrive. This violent rebirth reshaped the planet forever. Oceans evaporated. The crust thickened. The atmosphere became electrically charged. Yet rather than destroying the planet, the event may have unlocked new evolutionary pathways. Xolotlan became a laboratory of extremes, where survival demanded innovation at a fundamental level. From orbit, the planet's night side glows faintly, illuminated by cracks in the crust and arcs of electrical discharge dancing through the clouds. It is a haunting sight, both beautiful and terrifying. A reminder that planets are not static worlds, but living systems shaped by cosmic forces far beyond human scale. For scientists, Xolotlan is more than a curiosity. It forces a re-evaluation of what makes a planet habitable. It suggests that life may not be limited to gentle conditions like those on Earth. Instead, life may thrive in places powered by chaos, drawing strength from instability rather than avoiding it. Future missions aim to send hardened probes capable of drilling beneath the surface, into regions shielded from radiation and temperature extremes. These missions will not search for familiar signs like water or oxygen. They will look for energy gradients, complex chemistry, and repeating patterns that hint at organization, at life. Xolotlan stands as a warning and an invitation. A warning that the universe does not conform to our expectations. An invitation to expand our imagination. Somewhere in the depths of this violent planet, processes may be unfolding that mirror the earliest chapters of life itself, written not in calm oceans, but in fire, pressure, and electromagnetic fury. As our telescopes grow stronger and our probes more resilient, worlds like Xolotlan will no longer remain distant abstractions. They will become destinations of understanding. Each discovery will push the boundary of what we believe is possible. In the vastness of space, Earth is not the rule. It is one example. Xolotlan is another. A planet forged in extremes, sustained by chaos, and rich with unanswered questions. And as we continue to search the universe, it reminds us that the story of planets, like the story of life, is far more diverse, far more dramatic, and far more astonishing than we ever imagined.